right. Let's call our meeting to order. And I've got a motion moved by Councillor Tetso, seconded by Councillor Browning, that council adopt the agenda of regular meeting RM04-2024 as presented, unless anyone has any additions or comments on the agenda. All right, then I'll take that as satisfied with it as presented. A show of hands, please. Okay, 4 in favor, none against. Motion's carried. And any declarations of interest by any of the councillors tonight? Okay. For absences, I've got a motion moved by Councillor Tetso, seconded by Councillor Browning, the council excuse Councillors Hardesty and McPherson from RM04. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. This was a motion here, Troy, to excuse Councillors Hardesty and McPherson. Okay. Aye. On item 6, there are no delegations tonight, so we'll move on to item. Yes.
Now that we have 6, we're full here.
Oh,
How do you add Troy? And if we've already started, you add it in, or do you make note of it?
yeah. I mean, we'll
Yeah, you have to make note that you came
in the
after.
minutes. It'll be noted that he came like
Whatever.
2 minutes after.
It's just that we've already voted on a few things.
Yeah. So yeah, just to note that he wasn't there at the very first.
Yeah.
And so we've got item 7, adoption of 2 sets of minutes, and the first one is a motion moved by Councillor Tetso, seconded by Councillor Browning, that council approve the minutes of regular meeting RM01-2024 of January 2024 as presented, unless any changes to be noted. Okay. So all those hands that want to show they're in favor of that, please, 5. None against. So that set of minutes is approved and adopted. And then we have another, for the second set, a motion moved by Councillor Wright, seconded by Deputy Mayor Tetso, that council approved the minutes of special meeting RM04-2024 of February 19, 2024 as presented. Again, if there's no changes to be made. Okay, a show of hands, all those in favor? Yep, that'll be noted. And then we're on to item 10, with the first topic being the minimum bid tax sale. So I've got a motion.
Hey, you just
Did I
report.
just skip something?
Skip
Oh, yeah.
reports.
Okay, well, mayor report, I don't have one. That's a little report. Do you have one? Okay.
Just to advise council that we had a 2-day session last week where council was attended as well on our preparedness planning for this coming flood and fire season. We'll be having, I would say, several more meetings through the next number of weeks to tighten up elements of the plan so that, you know, if something should happen, we'll be ready to deal with it. On that topic, and this will come before council next week at the COW meeting. We've been investigating some products that we think can help with structures and transitional equipment and what have you. So we'll be talking in more depth about that next week with council. Mitch will have more information for you at that point. This week, we will be having our first directors meeting on Thursday. Just basic, pardon?
What is that?
It's a meeting of our, I'll call it our department heads, like our rec director and fire chief. And so from that, we'll, be getting information, and Mitch will be compiling that. That'll be part of his report to you next week as well, so. Yeah, it's just a couple of things on the plate, and we'll certainly keep council informed as we move forward through the hiring process. Hopefully we don't have to use it.
Okay, any questions for the SAO? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to thank you for getting the package out well ahead of time so I could actually read it before I got here.
Well,
And the community plan.
there were challenges
It's always a
late
challenge.
last year, but things are coming together now,
Yeah.
so.
I appreciate that.
So that this will be the norm going forward, so.
Okay, item 9,
I
table
thought we
items
tabled something.
and old
We did.
business.
We tabled, but we basically,
Dealt with
it's
it.
part of the minutes, it's like, by consensus, we have
Okay.
agreed to move forward with the adopting process,
Okay.
Yeah, so
so
we
not
took-
to just,
so it's not there anymore.
yeah.
Under new business, the minimum bid tax sale item, I've got a motion moved by Councillor Wright, seconded by Deputy Mayor Tetzel, that the village set the minimum bid at the upcoming tax sale auction due to happen on May 29th, 2024, to be set at 50% of a property's assessed value. And maybe I'll just turn it over to SAO White to describe what choices are there.
Yeah, there's differing minimum bids, but the one that PATA and the lawyers recommend is having it set at 50% of the assessed value of the property. And, that's your opening bid for anybody who's interested, so. And as well, at the end of March, there will be an arrears list posted in the village office, which includes all taxes outstanding, including 2023, because technically they're in arrears when we roll over to January 1st. And the tax sale will deal with properties that have amounts outstanding from 2022.
So your property tax sales, they're not based on what is owed on the property for taxes.
No,
Okay.
no. Some jurisdictions do have that as minimum bids, but this creates, well, if you're gonna buy it, you're serious about buying it, because you're gonna put down a fair chunk of change in most places.
I think there's something in the Property Tax Act of the NWT too that sets the minimum bid at 50. That is actually the lowest we could set it at. And that's 50 of the assessed value by the property tax assessment. The people in MACA, they come and do the general assessment, and then that's you want to be able to set it low enough that some derelict properties and what have you actually will potentially sell. And otherwise you may just, have to keep repeating over and over again. This is what has been the number set for the last several tax sales. Yeah, it's no different than, okay, Councillor Wright?
Can we see that list sometime? Like, do we have to wait till March also?
Because it can change.
And because it's a public meeting.
Yeah, if anybody owes taxes, check that list before it goes out to the public, because you technically would that be the thing? Like, if we're on that list, we're in arrears, we're not supposed to be sitting on council? Is that something?
Ooh, that could be.
Just double check.
No, I think it's only, you can't run in the election if you're owed taxes. It's okay to owe taxes while you're
There
here.
may be something about sitting on but I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but,
not either.
double check and give a heads up if anybody, because we just passed the new year, but if somebody's, let's just make sure we're not breaking any laws or anything.
Oh, that would be good.
So, but you're saying the sales tax will be property taxes that haven't been paid prior to 2022?
Yeah.
So 2 years back.
Yeah, so the ones who may owe 2023 amounts, and that's all they owe, they wouldn't go to sale.
Yeah, they're just late, not in arrears. Okay. Any further discussion about the setting the minimum bid at 50%? All right, then a show of hands, all those in favor? 5. Okay, 5 for, none against, motion's carried. And the second item is to do with
A couple of requests.
lotteries. Yeah, so,
First one is from
Jackie Thompson.
Jackie Thompson.
okay, I wonder if I should declare a conflict, because that's my
Yep.
daughter-in-law. Yeah, maybe I will.
No, I don't.
I mean, there's no financial gain, but I just don't want to be voting on that.
I have a question. Did somebody confirm with her? I saw her selling bingo out of the band. So I wonder if that got,
She's
I wonder if that
advertising
got,
on Facebook that she's selling at the band office.
yeah, so I wonder if that got
Is that a
resolved.
reason? Because when I was speaking with her, it was, she had been trying to find locations,
Yeah.
but couldn't. But I will double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, double check on that one.
And you know what? Whatever, offer a spot to, it's only one day they sell bingo cards.
They're just looking to use the front area of the rec center,
Yeah.
Yeah.
going to the left.
As long as you don't have to pay anybody overtime or whatever.
Yeah.
That's okay, I think anyway.
I'm good with that too.
Motion's there.
Okay. Motion moved by Councillor Wright, seconded by Deputy Mayor Tetzel, that the village approve or not approve the request to sell bingo tickets in the rec center open area. Any further discussion, votes? Yes,
As long as it's not, we're not paying
Not
our
incurring
staff
overtime.
right,
any overtime or.
condition. No, stay. Out of hours. It may be a moot point, because I just texted her and I said, did you find bingo card space? She said, yes.
Yeah.
So,
It's still there.
okay, well, okay, so, all those in favor then? 5 in favor, none against. Good. Now, the next request, I've got a motion moved by Deputy Mayor Petso, seconded by Councillor Wright, that the village approve or not approve the request to waive the recreation center rental fee for the use of the facility on February 19, 2024. Now, is that,
That
Oh, maybe-
happened, that event happened, did it get waived?
okay, let's ask,
Well, this is what
SAO what that's about.
That is related to the protest matter that was happening in the community, and the students who were sent to the rec center were there for a better part of the day, I believe. And so the person that organized it, she was advised that as part of that process of using the facility, there would be a rental attached. And so she's asking for that to be waived.
Well, I think it already happened, so I don't have no issue with waiving. But I also think that in the future that we need to, we need to figure out a different way. Cause I mean, it's hard to say no now, not that I would have said no, but for anything. So I think in the future, like for those things that come in later and it's already happened, that we should find a way to like either poll council.
I
for
think we would
yes
do
or
an
no.
email poll or something,
Yeah,
and whether or not we support like a protest.
yeah.
And
If it had gone on more than a day or something, I think we would have got a hold of the rest of the council to find out what their opinion on that was, because
Well, do we have a policy?
we do
Yeah,
have, you pay, because it's not a community event. It's not open to the public.
Oh, it is.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it's sort of a, like say,
That's a oxymoron, that, you know, I would debate that.
right, I guess on that point, you might be able to stretch it out. But we get caught in another situation where we've made a commitment to the schools years ago that we wouldn't run any programming at the rec center that conflicted with the school hours and draw kids away. So we were caught between a rock and a hard place, you know, trying to at least do what we could on the spur of the moment, because it was a tough one, but.
I think we should have done, or we should do something like an email poll to council
Yeah,
in this case, for those kinds of things that are,
yeah,
if there's no upcoming council meeting,
yeah.
like, you know, it's not for 2 weeks or something, but an event is going to go ahead or wants to go ahead, and
yeah.
it needs,
Just a
they're
quick-
requesting something, so.
Sometimes the timing of the request doesn't allow us to do that before the event.
I think they just kind of showed up.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like very quick. They were there. They knew there was a charge coming and then the request. So,
Yeah, that's a little different then, hey?
yeah, if they
Well, like I
showed
said,
up.
if that had gone on another day, yeah, we would have been asking.
Anyway,
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess people didn't really know. I think the organizers probably didn't realize that we had a policy like that. They didn't use it for more than the day, so.
but I think we should, if we're going to, approve to waive it, that we should let them know that in future,
future.
this is the process.
Yes, and I think for anything,
Yeah,
like even with rec, I know, and I know it's difficult because that was last minute, but
The other alternative is to charge it and deal with collection issue if it's not paid.
Yeah,
Yeah, that might be a hard one.
Yeah.
I think that at this point, that's
it's too
not,
late.
it's too
It'll
late.
just aggravate.
Yeah,
I say,
I think we should correspond back saying we have waived this, but in future,
Yeah.
consider, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
consider, these are the processes.
and maybe, and attach the bylaw or whatever about the protest, like, you know, and
Yeah.
interfering with school thing, like,
okay.
Because what it
Show
does is
programming.
it looks like the village is on
We're on
the
the
side
one.
with the
Yeah,
protest.
we're just neutral.
We should be neutral and
Yeah.
not involved, I think.
Yeah,
It looks like we are when we waive or give, whatever.
yeah. Okay, so,
A letter should go back to this lady,
okay, with letter
just, you know,
regarding policy
yeah,
for future.
yeah, for future reference.
yeah, because you can't just show up.
I was just shocked. I saw it all on Facebook and I wondered what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Being recorded.
No,
No.
over there. This is unfortunately buzzing too
Okay,
loudly. Okay, so show of hands then, all in favor of waiving with a letter to go out in response. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to abstain.
Okay, one
DEA
abstain.
rep.
Okay, one abstain.
So I should be supporting kids being in school.
Right.
Right?
That makes sense.
I just can choose to keep the kids home, but I don't get used to supporting, you know, everything.
And moving on to item number 11, council matters and concerns. Maybe I'll just start on my right here. Councillor Tetso, any council issues or concerns?
I know I had them a week ago, but they vanished somehow.
They got fixed?
I don't know if they got fixed or they got lost.
Okay, if you think of it before we go around, just let me know.
Thank you.
And Councillor Browning?
Our duties for the pancake breakfast, is stuff ordered? Are we ready to go? Do you want us to take home a case of bacon?
We'll be there for you. I think they're having it like maybe tomorrow, whenever the truck comes in. So I'll leave it to you folks how you want.
So,
Just get in touch with BJ or somebody up there. How you want to get access to it.
the food?
Food.
Oh, aren't you guys even gonna pick that up for us?
Oh, yeah, it'll be at the rec center. You'll be
Oh.
right in the kitchen. You'll be right in the kitchen. Yeah.
We should have to pre-cook some
Yes.
stuff, right? On
Yes.
Thursday?
Actually, you've got really good ovens if you learn how to use the convection oven. You don't need to pre-cook
Pretty,
anything.
pretty quick, eh?
Will you be there early then?
You just
We
have to
could
put
start
it
just
in.
extra early,
I mean, I don't mind pre-cooking. We did it a couple of times, but,
because the food starts getting, we open at 8, right?
Yeah.
If we're there at 6, we can probably get most of the cooking
I'm
done.
not going to there at 6. I'll take some bacon home and cook it or sausages or
we'll
whatever.
take bacon and sausages.
7, not
I
at
don't think I
6.
can do 6.
And I'm not sure what we have for those trays, but I can get some from the Hanny Inn, you know, like those silver aluminum trays.
Warmers, you mean?
Yeah, they won't be the warmers. I mean, they might have them,
Don't we have that?
but it seems like food goes so fast that you don't really need the warmers.
Oh, yeah, you don't know, because you're dishing it out too, basically, right? Or,
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So the food will be in the kitchen,
okay.
I hope.
and whenever you folks want to get access to it, just go see our
What is
man.
usually served?
So are you taking the lead?
I'll go look at what food there is on Thursday, for sure, because I want to know that we have enough food, right? I mean, the worst thing is to run out of stuff while we're still getting people, and we've seen like 200 people go there.
Are we expecting people to bring their own cutlery and plates, or are we providing that?
We usually do, we usually have. And the coffee pot and the.
Yeah, all of that
tea and all
stuff.
that has to be there. The eggs actually take a little while, you know, when you're
What are they,
Yeah.
scrambled?
scrambled eggs, yeah, you really gotta work hard to stay ahead of the crowd on that.
And do we do pancakes?
Pancakes too, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Do you have, Howard, they used to cook them on griddles. Do they have griddles?
Well, that usually gets all used up with the pancakes, so,
No, I don't
We
mean
had-
the griddle on the stove, but they
Yeah.
used to have ones you plugged in too.
yeah, I remember Liza brought hers.
I have one.
Hers. We have a couple of them,
Just
we
bring
could
'em, yeah.
I
probably
think I
keep
have
up.
one somewhere downstairs,
Yeah,
or somebody took it.
yeah, because that takes maybe at least 5 minutes, you know, to cook what you have in that, and it goes quick.
I can take a bunch of sausages home and pre-cook those.
Okay.
to get ready.
Yeah, I can do
Right,
that
I
too.
could,
So I'll go look on Thursday, and then I'll call
Friday, we should. pick up.
Friday, sorry, yeah. Friday, I'll go look, we'll figure out who's taking what, if anybody wants to do some of that pre-cooking stuff, and just make sure all the equipment's there that we need and everything, right?
Yeah, because you can actually cook the eggs in the oven too.
Right. Yeah.
I love
yeah,
that oven. I would die for that oven at home.
yeah.
okay.
Once it's going, it's not too bad, that one. Okay,
Um,
so we'll try to figure that out.
I have one more. I know we're having our meeting tomorrow night, but that's for the community, the rezoning and the community plan. I'm wondering, there seems to be lots of concern about fire smarting and what's our responsibility and do we have a responsibility, all those things. I'm wondering if we should have a community meeting, like a public meeting in regards to that and just community concerns.
Certainly can have that.
Like tomorrow night or separate?
No, not tomorrow
No, I think it's gonna come up and it's gonna
In
cause a bit of
April would
chaos.
be good,
I know there are,
April, I think you need to do it sooner than April.
yeah.
Yeah, but
there's a scope of work that's going to be put out.
yeah,
To address certain areas of town as far as widening fire breaks and or looking at some of the more risky areas here on the island. And
And then if we get this
Yeah.
sprinkler stuff.
yeah, so after the cow meeting next week and
Okay.
you get just sort of that information should be finalized. So we could have, we could have a public meeting whereby we could say, here's what's going to happen in the early spring and to get this stuff done. Here's some other measures. So this is what we are doing to get ready. And
I think that's really good for reassurance.
Yeah.
Like having that EMO last week kind of freaked me out for people that live on the hill. It's kind of, the way they were speaking about it, it was like,
Yeah, that was what I was gonna bring up because there was question about, here the village has $1 million to do this and they're not doing anything. Nobody's doing anything.
that's
So
not-
there's-
that's not true.
I know, and there's panic. So it's best to squash the panic and give some reassurance, I think, and that'll probably come up tomorrow night. Anyway.
Well, that's not a bad thing either,
No, no.
even be able to talk about that along with other things.
okay, those are mine. Thank you.
Okay, and Councillor Belfontaine.
Thank you.
I know.
Deputy Mayor Tetzo, any concerns?
No concerns at this time.
And Councillor Wright.
Little bit icy out there. It's getting warm out. Temperature difference, sliding around corners. So,
Sanding, more sanding.
You'll see that, those things get addressed.
Okay, and we do have an in-camera item this evening, so I will do a roll call, but there's a motion moved by Deputy Mayor Tetzo, seconded by Councillor Wright, that council move in camera at 7:30 PM. And quick roll call. Councillor Tetzel. Okay. Councillor Browning.
Yep.
Okay. Councillor Belfontaine.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Tetzel.
yes.
Okay, and Councillor Wright.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 5 in favor, none against, so we will go in camera as soon as we shut off the cameras and close the doors. HR.